Hi everyone, this is a video review of the Transformers Generations Titans Return Leader Class Soundwave. And after this review, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now as for the figure itself, here he is out of the box. Now this is admittingly mostly a retool of Blaster, but I think it fits Soundwave really well. I mean, it retains much of the size that Blaster came with. And Soundwave was a pretty big figure in the cartoon and the comic books. And I really do think the big size more suits Soundwave than Blaster. So this is still very accurate to Soundwave in the way he mostly appears in the comic books and the TV series. As you can see, the head sculpt's been remolded for Soundwave. Take this off. It's just a helmet that hides Soundwave. Now this isn't one of the more Decepticon symbol looking heads. This is just like standard traditional Soundwave head you see a lot, at least the way you would most often see it in any media. It's got, pop this up. I've got laser beacon here. I think the legs are redone, really doing like the nicely redesigned legs. Shoulders, you get nice blue, just like on the rest of the figure, and some red right here. And just like the Masterpiece Soundwave, he's got buttons on his belt. Not much going on the back. Still got that handle from being remolded from Blaster. And you get lots of molded details with the gun right here. And he's got the shoulder cannon right here. I don't believe Blaster came with that. So, all in all, Soundwave looks pretty good. And like I said, still very accurate to the way he appeared in the TV show and the comic books. Probably more the comic books, because you get more accuracy with the comic books with these Generations figure. But really, this figure is very accurate to how Soundwave should look. I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell it's a retool of Blaster unless you actually transform this or look at the back. But for the most part, it does look like Soundwave, and you can't really tell it's a retool of Blaster just by looking at the front. Now as for the articulation, arm can go around, bend at the elbow, wrist can go like this, but that's due to the transformation. Knees 90 degrees, thighs rotate, legs go in and out, back and forth, get ankle tilt, ankle pivot, gets tilt downward, but that's it. The head, most Titans Return, just looks, it can only turn, it can never actually go up. You can take this off. You get like a mini Soundwave right here. That's kind of cute. So, all in all, robot mode's very good. Now, if you don't own the Masterpiece Soundwave, I'd say this is probably the next best G1 Soundwave to own. And I think this figure is so good that whether or not this figure or the Masterpiece Soundwave is better or more accurate to Soundwave is pretty much subjective and more a matter of personal opinion. I mean, at least in terms of the robot mode. It's a retool of Blaster, so he'll turn into the boombox radio, which I'll show right now. So I'm done talking about robot mode. Now to get this guy transformed, take this off. Hold on. Need to charge this camera. Now it's just like Blaster, just open this thing up. Get the leg in. Consider getting this thing in. You get these speakers up right here. Like that. Now you do the same thing on the other side. Most important thing to keep in mind is keep this tab in the arm. This tab and this tab insert into the speakers. And that's basically how it stays together. Now if you have to get the headmaster off, you can just head down, helmet, not head, down here, and get the handle up. And here he is in his Blaster Soundwave mode. Blaster Soundwave mode. Yeah, not accurate at all to the way Soundwave is supposed to look as a cassette player. You get this handle down. I suppose you just have like a cassette player with like big speakers on the side, but he was never a cassette player with big speakers on the side. He was always like this little cassette player. Just the chest and these controls right here, and maybe some plastic on the sides, but that was basically it. But they do color these speakers, nice silver color. That's blue to suit Soundwave's color. So paint wise, it's accurate. The way it looks, it's not. So thoughts on this? I don't like it. It's not. I wouldn't say it's bad. Just a bit worse than it being just okay. So enough talking about this. It can also turn into a battle station like Blaster. If I recall correctly, it's something like this. You can sort of get the headmaster sitting somewhere in here. Now there should be some peg holes for you to put the gun here and the shoulder cannon, but this is for the most part how it's supposed to look. I suppose you could tweak it a bit here and there, but it's basically like this. Battle Station mode looks nice. I'm more satisfied with this since it's not supposed to look like anything in the cartoon. It's completely brand new mode. And yeah, it does look like a battle station. Not quite 100% like it, but it looks very much like it. And I think it's pretty cool. So, thoughts on this? Do you like it? It's not 100% look like a battle station, but it's a pretty cool mode they added for Soundwave and Blaster. Now to get it back into robot mode, these legs out. Foot out. Thing to keep in mind, you got to keep this. When this It's closed. Keep this tab in this slot right here. Oh, you gotta keep this in there. So now I've got a leg. I've got two. It's from the other leg. Also, get these guns in. Hands out. This back. If I recall, this is actually packaged with the handle up. Probably to help it fit in the box, but you really want it in the back so it doesn't show up. Put the head in. Put the guns back on. And now here is Soundwave. Back in his robot mode. So all in all, I do think this is a very good figure. Alternate mode, not accurate, but battle station mode looks pretty cool, and robot mode looks very accurate to the way he looks in the TV show and the comics. And just talk about Soundwave himself. I do like the way the character looks. Do like the Decepticon symbol right on his chest. Really do like the blue legs, the silver, the yellow on the legs. Really do like the red and blue on the shoulders. I really do like that visor, mouth plate. Look at his face. And this is one of the more less Decepticon symbol looking heads. And to be honest, I do like this kind of head more. And like I said earlier, whether you like the masterpiece or this leader class figure is subjective. I mean, neither figure is much better than the other. The only main reason I might prefer the masterpiece over this one is just because it has higher resale value. But other than that, this is a fantastic representation of Soundwave. So if you want a big Soundwave fan, or you really want G1 Soundwave in your collection, pick this figure up. Get this figure. He's been at retail for quite a while. Should still be there. Do recommend picking this figure up if you're a Soundwave fan or you want a Soundwave. You'll definitely like this figure. Well, that's it for my review. Please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/legendantihero. You can follow me on Instagram as well. My username there is Legendary Antihero, and you can also add me on Facebook, facebook.com/legendantihero. Well, that's it for my review, you guys. Goodbye.